Look at that bark, that beautiful rusty red color. That is exactly what we're chasing today. These are pork belly burnt ends. People call them meat candy for a reason. I'm doing all of this on the Rectech Bullseye pellet grill today. It's a simple process, but you need to get the right steps to get them tender enough to fall apart. Let's get into the prep work. I'm starting with a 2-pound slab of pork belly, skin removed. The first step is crucial, size matters. To make this slightly easier to handle, I'm going to dry it off with the paper towel before I start cutting it up. You want to cube these into equal 2 by 2 inch pieces so they cook evenly. Of course, nothing here needs to be exact. I'm not measuring anything, and you don't need to either, but you will want them to be roughly the same size. This will help them cook more evenly, it'll help them get coated more evenly, and it'll help the bark develop more evenly. It really helps to have a nice sharp knife, then you can put 2 pieces of this together. That way you know you're cutting the same size chunks. For the rub, we want sweet and heat. I've got a blend here of brown sugar, garlic and onion powder, salt and smoked paprika, and a little hint of Cajun seasoning. Coat these cubes evenly. Don't be shy with the rub. The better the rub coating, the better the bark. Here's the trick to keeping them moist. I'm placing the meat on a rack over a baking dish. Inside the dish, I'm pouring 1 cup of apple cider. This steams the meat from below while the smoke hits it from above. It'll also catch all of those drippings that are going to come off of this pork belly, considering pork belly is mostly fat. I think you bullseye owners will appreciate that, since it won't go straight down into your fire pot and cause a fire. Get the Rectech Bullseye set to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to let these roll for the first 2 hours without even opening the lid. Just make sure the temperature is staying consistent. Alright. It's been 2 hours. We aren't done yet. Give these a flip. We want that bark to develop on all sides. We're going to let them go for another 2 hours until we see that deep rusty color we saw at the start of the video. Look how juicy that is. We've got the color, now we need the tenderness. First, dump that rendered grease out of the baking dish. Now for the magic. Drop the cubes into the pan. Then we're going to add 5 tablespoons of butter, 2 more tablespoons of brown sugar, and a heavy drizzle of honey. Now if you want that traditional barbecue sauce sticky flavor, you can swap those ingredients for a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce right here, or just add it in with everything else. Today I'm sticking to just the butter and honey glaze. Wrap it tight with foil. We want to steam these in that butter bath. Back on the heat, oven or smoker, doesn't matter, for another 2 hours at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. You know they are done when they are probe tender. If it feels like sliding into room temperature butter, they are ready. Do not eat these yet. Let them cool for another 30 to 60 minutes. The juices need to settle and that glaze needs to tack up a bit. That is unbelievable, sweet and savory, and it literally melts. If you have a Rectech, you have to try this. Check out the description for the full recipe. Welcome to my both. We're gonna try this pork belly burnt ends, and we're also gonna try these steamed bao buns that I just made. Oh, they are so soft, so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna get a couple things going here. Gonna stick a little bit of pork belly in there. Oh my gosh, it's just falling to pieces. This is so burnt end without being burnt end. Gonna go with just a little bit of green onion. Then we're gonna put on some pickled onion. I made these pickled onions the other day. You can see my recipe on YouTube and TikTok. I'll try to link that if I can. So we're gonna go, actually we're gonna go some pickled onion, a piece of jalapeno, and a slice of carrot. Get a little bit more pickled onion than that. Oh man, the smell, that, all of it, amazing. Hopefully you can see my face. Sometimes I do this and you can't see my face. And then we'll just top this off with just a little bit of cilantro. Now a lot of people might do some Kewpie. Hoisin is a good choice. I've also got some crunchy chili crisp. This will definitely go on my next one for sure. But that soft bao bun recipe is coming soon as well. Pickled onions and this burnt end pork belly. Holy smokes. That is 10 out of 10. That is a slapping meal. This was about 2 pounds of pork belly. I made a whole tray full of these bao buns. They're just soft, puffy, and delicious. They stick together well, like they're not doughy. I don't know if you can see this. I don't want to ruin the shot too much, but man, I could eat that every day. Thanks for watching.